Hey guys, it's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 11, Episode 13 review. This week's episode begins with Young Jock having a male appreciation day where all of the fellas get together and get massages and their feet rubbed and pedicures, manicures. They just get a day of relaxation for the guys. I actually don't have a problem with it. I think that it's a great idea. Men need to be pampered too as well. So it's Scrappy there, Lil Zane is there, Kirk is there, and Young Jock's brother who just got out of jail. Scrappy explains to Kirk that he wants the Harrises and the Smiths to be cool, because he not trying to get in the middle of their mess and pick sides or whatever. And Kirk in his confessional says that, he doesn't understand why Scrappy would invite him on the cash trip, knowing that he was going to invite Mendeecees or whatever. So basically what he was just saying to Scrappy was like, I'm cool. If he step, I'll step. If he don't, I don't. Like, that's what it is. And what's so funny is that he was the one that started all of this buffoonery from the gate and is the one person that ain't saying nothing. Like, everybody done got into it but Kirk. He is so vagina, okay? So my girl Sierra is back. My girl Sierra is back and she is doing so much better. We're no longer getting crybaby Sierra. She is putting the past behind her. Therapy has worked. Going to the doula has worked. And in her confessional, she says, I finally feel like I'm coming out of the fog of my miscarriage. Jessica helped me with the doula stuff. I felt like Zay didn't understand my emotions, but he was there every step of the way to make sure that I healed on the inside, not just on the outside. That's what real love is. Y'all don't know nothing about that because y'all ain't got a man like Zay because he don't play, okay? I feel so much better now, y'all, and I'm back in my music bag. Yup. It's time for us to get back to the real Atlanta. So I wanted to come out with a song called, guess what? Real Atlanta. Ain't that smart? Like, I'm smart. Like, nobody would have ever thought of that. Nobody but me. Me, Sierra. I'm so excited to be in the studio with my brother-in-law, Cooley High, yeah, who has been a rapping for years. Like, he been in the field, y'all. Y'all don't even know. It don't even matter that he like 40 and still rapping. Like, that's my brother-in-law. So you better be nice and you better respect him, okay? And I'm in the studio with my homie, Lil Freaky Zeke, who is signed to Future. I like rapping and being able to express myself because that's the only way I know how to communicate with people. I used to do hair, and that was my way of putting out my emotions by creating really dope hairstyles and doing people lashes and eyebrows and stuff. But the booth is like therapeutic to me. It really helps me. It really centers me, y'all. Because, it's like I get to say all the shit that I really want to say to the motherfuckers that be talking shit to me in the comment section and be coming to me acting like I'm pussy. You know what I'm saying? But feel this. Ain't nothing pussy about Sierra G, Sierra Glam Shop, okay? On the dead homies, don't play with me. Do not play with me, okay? Because I will sick Zay and Cooley on you and Lil Freaky, all right? So in the studio with Zay and his brother Cooley, the topic of Salma comes up. And Sierra was like, Zay told me that y'all supposedly messing around. And Cooley was like, yeah, we mess around, show her the text messages, and we seeing text messages of him telling the girl Selma to pull up with a skirt on, and she saying she miss him and she can't follow him on IG because, basically her husband is the fun police. You know what I'm saying? She ain't trying to get unalive that month and this, that, and the third. And mind you, this was just going down in July, like literally, like they was communicating in July of this year, while they were filming. So Sierra was like, oh my God, I can't believe she out here cheating on her husband. Like, that lady love her husband. I was like, she don't love him enough, okay? So Cooley, like, that's old. Where Carly at? I'm trying to see what she talking about. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. Here we go again. Like, no, we're not doing that. We do not need that type of drama in our life. I will say Cooley got like a little swag to him or whatever. I don't like his hairstyle though. I don't like the hairstyle, but he looked better than his brother. So Sierra in her confessional, when she find out that they messing around and he been banging her back out, she in the confessional and she was like, what the fuck? Shit, goddamn, these bitches be out here just slanging that little cootie cat. I'm seeing that all y'all bitches out here just slanging pussy left and right. Girl, your grandma is not proud of you. Cooley is trying to run through the whole tight face squad. No, sorry, Bob. No, we not doing that. Our faces might be tight, but our coochies are tighter. That's our motto. Yeah. Girl Scout 101. And it's like, Sierra, what the fuck are you talking about? But I'm so happy that she's feeling better. This is Sierra that I know and love, but it was good to see some depth to her and see that she actually does go through things and feels things like the rest of us. And I think that it was important to bring awareness to, women that suffer from miscarriages. It's not something that people can just bounce back from like it's nothing. So I appreciate Sierra for that. So Yandy and Mendeecees meet up with Judy. We ain't seen Judy on our screens in a minute. It was kind of refreshing to see her again, and she didn't act a fool. She actually acted like a mother for once. But before Mendeecees get there, her and Yandy talk about, what's going on, everything that she's seeing on social media. And Yandy admits that she did have an emotional affair with dude back in London and that Mendeecees had an emotional affair too. I, however, think that Mendeecees for sure was an emotional affair. I think both of them lying. First of all, I think that both of them got their back blown out. I think most definitely Yandy slept with dude in London, but she's just never going to admit it. Deny. And I think that Mendeecees is doing the same exact thing. They're both lying. So Mendeecees get there and they get to talking to Judy about what's going on in their relationship, because I will no longer call it a marriage because they are not married. Mendeecees says that he doesn't feel like Yandy takes accountability for the things that she's done and that she knew about the voice notes before we, the world, knew about them. And I mean, that's how it was supposed to be. Hopefully, prayerfully, that is true, that she did know. I think that she did know about it. And because they've been having problems now for like the last 2 years. I think she knew about it, but I think that she was just trying to, front and present to the world like everything was all good. Well, not even all good, because we knew that they was having problems, but better than what they were. You know what I'm saying? So, during the conversation, she grabs his water and takes a sip. And he was like, you drinking out my cup or whatever. She was looking like, since when that's a problem? So she says to Judy, like, see, stuff like that. Like, all of a sudden now, since the world talking about what's going on in our marriage, he just snapping about any and everything. Like, that would have never been a problem before. And I see where she's coming from, because basically it's like people that found out my tea and now you want to side eye me, even though you already knew what the deal was. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the first time you've ever had to deal with anything publicly regarding me doing anything crazy. Like, I've been having to deal with you, But you know, that's just how men are. They can do whatever they want to do. They can embarrass you all up and down the street, okay? But let you do one thing. Oh, baby, the world is about to end. They little po egos cannot handle it. And it's so sad and it's so pathetic, but that's just the rules of the game, unfortunately. Especially if you decide to abide by those rules. And I don't. So they both reveal that they don't trust each other. And he doesn't think that she respects him. And without those two things, y'all don't have a relationship, which once again goes back to what I've been saying this whole time. I think that they have stayed beyond their expiration date. The milk is spoiled, rotten, okay? It done clotted up. It's funky. It's sour, okay? It's about to make cottage cheese at this point. Let it go. Y'all ran y'all course. Y'all had almost 20 years in. It was whatever it was, but it's time to move on. I think both of y'all are in totally different places in your lives, mentally, relationship wise, emotionally, and it ran its course. Y'all can still be great friends, great co-parents, hopefully great business partners, and just let it go before it gets to the point where y'all end up hating each other. And I would hate to see that, because I honestly don't even like to see them arguing on this show. I really honestly don't. So Mendeecees says, in order for me to be happy, I have to work at constantly making you happy. So it's like, I ain't gonna never be happy until I make you happy. And that ain't how it should be. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it should be, you know? And Yandy was like, the fact that you think it's work, that's the problem right there. And I have an issue with that, because relationships do take work. It's not gonna be flowers and sunshines all the time. It is going to get dirty and messy and gritty. You know what I'm saying? It is going to feel like work sometimes, because you do have to put in the work to make relationships last. I think people go into relationships, and especially marriages, thinking that it's supposed to be like the Hallmark Channel, and that's just not realistic. You're going to go through moments in your relationship where you wake up and don't like that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be wondering, did I make the right choice? But the point of relationships is to work your way through those moments and times and grow from it and learn from it, you know? And I think that they both need to reevaluate what's important to them in relationships, you know? So Rashida ends up visiting Carly at her new restaurant, and Carly says that she, you know, got into it with Jasmine last time she saw her, and Rashida was like, oh, really? And then she stopped herself. And she was like, I ain't gonna even act like I ain't already know what was going on, but I want to hear your side of it. And I said to the screen, why you couldn't do the same thing with Yandy last season? Because if you had, y'all wouldn't be into it right now. And I think in that moment, she saw that she was about to do what she did last year with Yandy. Because at first she was like, oh, really? And I was like, I know she ain't about to play dumb again, like she didn't already know what the hell was going on. I ain't even know that she already knew, and I knew that she knew. You know what I'm saying? But she caught herself and was like, I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I don't already know, but I want to hear yours. That's all she had to say to Yandy. That's all she had to say and acknowledge, period, when they sat down and had that one-on-one conversation. I fucked up. I got caught in a lie. And instead of me admitting it, I went on the defensive and I started attacking you. And it was wrong. Point blank and the period. And none of this would have happened. None of it. But they end up talking about it or whatever. And then we switch to Sierra and Zay and Zane. And she tells Zane that they're not going on a cash trip because last time it was just way too much. And considering everything that she was going through, I don't blame her for not going. So then Carly comes over and Zay tells Carly that his brother Cooley looking for her. And he trying to show her how a dude really supposed to treat you. And I'm like, we just heard this man in the studio talking about how he hit bitches and do whatever the hell he want to do. Like he slut them out. And then I'm like, But it got her antennas up. She was like, really? And I was like, here we go. Here we go. That's about to be her new love interest. Cooley is about to be a part of the show. Mark my words. Cooley and Carly are about to be a thing, and it's going to be a whole drama filled mess because things ain't gonna work out. Her and Sierra gonna get into it again. It's about to be a whole thing. But I actually want to see Cooley on the show. I actually like him. So Carly ends up somehow Selma ends up coming up in conversation. And no. Let me rewind. Before that, somehow Awesome Jawsome ends up coming up. Because Zay says that he either backed up or something like that. And Carly was like, her mouth work talking about Sierra. Sierra go say, I gotta work on my mouth. Because they was talking about all the fillers and stuff that they got in their lips. And I'm like, girl, you got them big old dick sucking lips and don't know how to suck a dick. You've been married 11 times and you don't know how to give head. Girl, goodbye, Sierra. Goodbye. But who am I to judge? Because hell, I know how to give it. And I ain't got no husband, but I don't want no husband either. But child cheese. So then, like I said, Selma name comes up in conversation and Zay remarks, Selma, oh, dirty ass. And Carly was looking like, now, wait a minute. Like, that's my homegirl. And Zane looking like, hold up, that's my partner wife. Like, what's the tea? Carly ends up excusing herself. And Zane like, what's going on? And so Zay ends up telling him about how his brother hitting Selma. And Zane is shocked. And Zay was like, you got to tell your boy to check her phone. He was like, me? Meat? Oh, I don't know about that. Like, I ain't never seen Zane scared to ever, be messy. Like, normally he'd be running to do it, but it seemed like he a little scared of 24. Maybe we don't know that 24 really get down like that or something like that. Maybe he'll crash out. But he did not want to be involved in that at all. And Sierra looking at Zay like, you big wide mouth Negro, who told you to spill the beans? Like, you need to be quiet. She told him he messier than me. Birds of a feather flock together, okay? But I actually like Zay and Sierra together. Out of all the dudes that we've seen her with, I like him the most. I really do. Then we see Selma and 24 go out to dinner. Their 9-year anniversary is approaching, and they just basically talk about how they made it this far and how they're excited to go on vacation. And, they're not going to be involved in any drama or anything like that. And I was like, lo and behold, y'all are the drama. So then we see Yandy go to, was it her store or the restaurant that she owned? One of the two. And she talks to her cousin Keisha about Mendeecees and how he been faking like it's good. Like 1 minute he straight. The next minute he got an attitude. It's just back and forth, back and forth. And she talk about how she tired of everything and doesn't feel like he got her like she's had him over the years. And she says that she's done fighting for their marriage and needs him to step up and fight for them at this point. And she starts to cry, but I didn't see no tears. I'm gonna be honest with you. It felt like this was a scene leading up to her saying, I'm so tired. I can't do this no more. I just need to rest. I just need to be free. I just need to relax. I'm gonna go on a cash trip. That's what it's given. That she gonna end up popping up on this cash trip. That's how I took it. Like this was a planned conversation for her to then say, I'm going on a cash trip anyway. So don't be surprised if and when she pop up. So then at the end of the episode, Yandy and Mendeecees meet up once again to talk. He was the one that initiated this conversation. And she brings up the water situation. And he like, what? Like, that wasn't even that big of a deal to him. But to her, it was. Because this is something that she's been noticing. And he was like, you making a mountain out of molehill and even that deep or whatever. And she brings up defending them and people coming to her on things about him. And baby, he called her bluff. And he said, you want to talk about stuff I don't know? You want to go there? Yandy was like this. She was doing the mute challenge, honey. Because she did not want to go there. Because he was about to get her ass. He was about to expose her. And he was like, yeah, okay. Like, let's not do that, okay? And she was like, see, you always being defensive. You always being defensive and tried to switch it back on him. And so I do agree with Mendeecees about the fact that Yandy does like to downplay her dirt and just focus on what he's done, what he's doing. And I get it from both sides, because Yandy looking at it like, we've been together for almost 20 years. I've been defending you, riding for you, taking you back, holding you down while you in jail, dealing with your baby mamas, dealing with all of this stuff. And I mess up and now it's the end of the world. But what women have to understand is, just because you do something don't mean that your partner is going to respond the same way. It's a hard pill to swallow. It is a hard pill to swallow, because you like, I didn't put up with this, that, and the third. I done forgave you and took you back and da-da-da-da. And then I do something and you want to look at me like I'm the plague? Like, really? You can't expect the same reaction in return. It would be nice. It would be great. But it is not a given. He has every right to be upset about the things that she has done. It might have taken 20 years for her to finally do it, but he does have the right to be upset. And he does have the right to be like, I ain't fucking with you right now. I need a minute. I don't want to be with you right now. I need a second. You know what I'm saying? Just because you didn't do it doesn't mean that he doesn't have the right to. And that's why as women, you have to learn how to put your foot down and stop forgiving. Stop being the ride or die. Stop accepting anything a man gives you. You got to be as cold and callous as they are. First sign of disrespect. Out of here. Out of here. Not tolerating it. Not tolerating it at all. And that's what Yandy is going through. She's now realizing that all of the forgiveness, the heartache, the tears, the infidelities, the baby mamas, the jail periods, all of that stuff she has gone through has gotten her nothing. I actually, over the weekend, was watching some old episodes of Love and Hip Hop New York. And it was crazy watching her. This is when she got pregnant with Amir, and her talking about, you know, how we not getting moving in together until we get married, and you got to put a ring on this finger and this, that, and the third. And to see that she did not stand by any of her moral values then. She had a baby by this man, fake married him, stood by him going to jail. All of these different things. He had a kid on her, obviously, at some point in time, because she been around Lil Mendeecees since he was like 2 years old. And then you got the other little boy that came in between him and they son. Like, she has dealt with so much from this dude and put aside all of her moral standards for him. And only thing she's got out of it is money, jewelry, a car here and there, a house or whatever. But she's still not his wife. And she's just like all the others, a baby mama. And I think that that's what's fucking her up the most. That she ended up being just like them other girls. No matter how much she want to say this marriage, y'all not fucking married. The ring don't mean a thing. And neither does his. And that's why he ain't had no problem taking it off, because it really don't have no meaning. Y'all can get up and leave each other at any point. Marriages are contracts, which makes it harder for you to get up and chuck somebody the deuce. People got to stop playing around with that word. Period. So, she says that she's been fighting since they got together, fighting for this relationship. And once again, that was a decision you made. So she asks, do they need space? Does he want space? And he doesn't respond, which was a response. And so she was like, okay, all right. Obviously, we need time apart. And she was like, I'll see you later at home, I guess. And she got up and left. And he sat there and ate his food without a problem in the world. So Child, they just need to part ways at this point because it's going to get nastier if they don't do it now. They need to just cut it off, clean break right now. But I'm going to give this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta a C+. It wasn't a lot going on, but the stuff that did go on was good. I'm ready to see how this whole situation with the Coolie and 24 and Old Girl is going to play out. We ain't had nothing like this happen on Love and Hip Hop in quite some time. So I'm a little excited to see how this whole situation is going to get exposed. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode. Please make sure to thumbs up this video. Subscribe to my channel if you have not. Also subscribe to my Patreon if you have not. We just finished season 1 of The Better Sister, which is up right now, the whole entire season. I still have the whole entire season of The Handmaid's Tale. What else is on there? Several drama series is on there. We're currently watching Baddies, Africa, Jocelyn's Cabaret, Real Housewives of London season 1. Yeah, it's a brand new franchise. And we're about to start watching Breaking Bad. I've never watched it. So if you guys want to watch the series with me, join me on Patreon. The link is down below in the description box. Love you guys, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye.